Good morning, guys, and welcome to the live market caller for today, the 8th of April 2024. I'm very glad and excited to have you here, as you can see. Today, during the market caller, we're going to be running through a couple of currency pairs and indices. And we're going to be starting that off clearly with the dollar index, after which we're going to be proceeding with GBP USD and Euro USD. After that part, then we're going to be proceeding to XAU USD, that is gold against the dollar. And we're going to be wrapping it up with some Japanese analysis. We're going to be looking at the Japanese yen basket, and then we're going to be looking at one or two other Japanese yen currency pairs. Okay, so we want you to stay put, sit tight, and enjoy the show. My name is CJ, and I'm going to be taking you on the first part of today's analysis. But right before we continue, in the spirit of love and unity, we would like you to share this link that is going to be showing right there on your screen to your friends, to your loved ones, or to anyone who you know is an enthusiast in terms of the financial market or who has interest in the financial market. All right, this is going to be very beneficial to them as it has been to you. Already you can remember the testimonials we took last week, and you've seen how the TDA has changed a lot of people's trading experience. All right, so we'd like you to share the link so that as many other people would be able to take part of it. And to do that, I'm going to be giving you the next 30 seconds to complete that little task, and then we're going to be proceeding with the analysis for this week and for this trading day. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to proceed with the analysis for this week. We're starting off with the dollar index, obviously. And first thing we want to see on the dollar index is its overall perspective. Where are we headed to with the dollar index? We need to always remind ourselves of the overall perspective of the dollar index so that we can drive our decision making for the remaining part of the week. And to do that, we rely on the weekly time frame. And as we all know, the weekly time frame of the dollar index is in its good old bullish trend. You can see that all the way from this level, all the way from this low to this high. This is the overall trend of the last obvious structure of the dollar index. Okay, and looking at what we have currently going on, we've seen that price has not been able to break weekly lows on the dollar index, but instead we're even seeing what we now know to be box structure, because by now I believe everyone is very, very familiar with the box strategy, having concluded the training last week. By the way, if you're part of the box strategy, a big congratulations to you, because we're very sure that the box strategy is going to add some feathers to your trading experience. All right. Now, looking at this on the weekly time frame, we already know the weekly time frame has formed its box pattern. You can see the left shoulder, the sweep, break of structure, return to the left shoulder. Now we're expecting the weekly time frame of Dixie to trade all the way to the upside. This is the overall expectation. However, we need to now narrow it down to know what is expected of us on the daily time frame. And looking at the daily time frame of the Dixie, we are expecting that the dollar index is going to continue in its uptrend, seeing that it has refused to break all the obvious lows, giving us some decent retracement. If you can flip this level all the way to the high, you'll see that the retracement was very decent, in the sense that price went below equilibrium and to some discount levels to show us that it's ready for a pullback or a continuation to the upside. All right, so you can see that the Dixie has broken this level. Now it's ready to move to the upside. However, we need to now look at the most recent swing. Okay, this is the most recent swing on the Dixie. Seeing where the Dixie retraced to, that is around 38.2. Now, I'm expecting two things to happen this week. By the way, this week we're expecting the consumer price index, which we popularly know as the CPI, and it's a measure or a gauge of inflation in the United States of America. Now, in the recent trend, based on Q1 data, we've seen that CPI has been gaining and there has been improvement in consumer price index of the US, and we're expecting that trend to continue into Q2. This is going to be the first CPI for Q2 and is expected or is forecasted to be positive compared to the previous month. And for the dollar, what that implies is that we're expecting a bullish dollar come this week. All right, so for this week, I'm expecting a bullish dollar. Where am I expecting it to trade to? I'm expecting the dollar from this level where it is to trade all the way to the upside and break above this high. Okay, my expectation this week is that the dollar is going to target this high. This is the target for this week for me on the dollar. So I'm looking to be bullish on the dollar for the most part of this week. All right. However, because today is Monday, we may expect some reversals, some little reversals before price moves to this place. One of the places I'm expecting that reversals to take place is that price will trade all the way to 50% level. This is one of the things that I'm expecting, price to trade all the way to 50% level. The second thing I'm expecting the dollar to do is to be stuck within this range, and during CPI, it is expanded to the upside. All right, so we've seen that a new range has been formed. Looking at how the last two daily candles closed before today, we're expecting that the dollar index may be stuck in this range before it gains momentum all the way to the upside. All right, so two things I'm expecting, I'll reiterate it again. The first one is for price to trade into this level, somewhere around 50%, and then buys all the way to our point of interest above. And the second thing is for price to remain stuck in this range, and then we'll see something like this, to just be stuck in this range for the next 2 days, and afterwards it's going to expand to the upside. These are the two things I'm expecting to happen on the dollar index. All right, so I'm going to be trading all other currency pairs that are correlated to the dollar index. I'm going to be trading them in alignment with these two expectations. First one is for the dollar index to trade a little lower to 50% of the whole swing to give us some discount and then continue to the upside. Second one is that price is going to range in this, is going to consolidate in this range and afterwards break out and then continue the expansion to the upside. Overall, I'm bullish on the dollar. Midterm, I would want to see what the drama unfolds around this level, and then I'll be expecting the expansion to the upside. Okay, now let's go to the 4-hour time frame to see if we're going to get more perspective on what the dollar is doing. Now, looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that price clearly broke this low. This is the low right here. Price clearly broke the low. Let me put my line there. You can see price has closed below that low. If you were in the box strategy class, you see how we taught you about break of structure, the accurate break of structure and the inaccurate break of structure, where we said when the candle closes below the structure, that gives that makes the break of structure more valid than when it doesn't close below and just gives us a wick. Now, seeing what is happening here, I'm expecting that we may see a push to the downside of the dollar index. Okay, we may see a push to the downside of the dollar index, maybe to this level. Okay, we may see a push to the downside, maybe to this level before price continues buying all the way upwards. All right, so this is one of the places I'm expecting the dollar index to sell to. Seeing the 4-hour break of structure, I expect a sell-off of the dollar to this level and then continue to the upside. Second level I'm expecting the dollar to trade to is possibly this guy right here. All right, we're seeing a lot of imbalances around that place and inefficiencies playing out there. So I'm expecting that the dollar may trade into this level and then go upward. So these are the two levels I'm expecting the dollar to sell to before the buy unfolds. So for today, I'm going to be looking to short the dollar to this level. Once I see my confirmations on the market, I'm going to be willing to short the dollar all the way to this level. Okay, two things I'll be looking out for as my confirmations. I'm going to be looking at microstructure, and after looking at microstructure, I'm going to also look at volume in terms of the candle sizes. All right, so combining these two things, I would want to see if they all show up. I would be trading the dollar all the way to this level, and then once it gets to this first level, I'll terminate all my shorts and then be looking out for my long positions on the dollar. I hope that is clear. Now over to Euro USD. On the weekly time frame, if you remember in January, I told you all that Euro USD is in a clear sell, and we're expecting that sell to continue at least to the first half of this year. Now you can see that since this year, we've been going short on Euro USD. Okay, we had some pullback for about 3 weeks, and now you're seeing that the short is continuing. It's showing us our analysis for our projections for the first half of this year is still in play. All right, we've made some quite decent profit from that analysis. Now, looking at what we're expecting to see this week, originally, you know that Euro USD has resumed its downtrend, all right, since the break of structure right here. Euro USD resumed its downtrend. Now, all this move to the upside has been a retracement to this other block. Okay. Now, once again, if you remembered in the box strategy class, we explained other blocks very clearly in a more simplified manner than we've ever done. All right. So if you've not watched the training, please, I'll advise you to go and watch the training once again. Now, we saw that Euro USD traded into this other block, and then we've seen the rejection continuously to the downside afterwards. Now, we are looking to see further shorts on Euro USD, and possible places we're expecting Euro USD to trade to is all the way to this inefficiency below here. All right, so I'm looking at Euro USD selling off below this low, and then all the way to this level right here. I know that is looking far-fetched, but it's something that is going to come and play out maybe later in the remaining part of this quarter. All right, then for this week, we're expecting that Euro USD is going to give us some short to the downside. You can see that price return to this other block right here. Let me eliminate this previous one since price has achieved this objective there. Now you can see that price retraced to this other block right here. And now inside the other block, there's also a fair value gap. Remember what I told you about fair value gaps and other blocks on Thursday during the box strategy class. If you can't remember, you can go back and watch the videos. It's live there on our YouTube page. You can see how price came directly into the fair value gap and then tapped the other block. You can see how that played out, right? Fair value gap, other block, price traded into it, and then it's rejected from that level. Now, going into this week, what do we expect to see? Let's look at the daily time frame to see how last week closed and what we expect to see this week. So last week closed in a retracement, and we know why it got all the way to this level. Now, for this week, I'm expecting that the dollar Euro USD is going to continue selling. Right? I'm expecting further sells on Euro USD. However, seeing what we're expecting on the dollar index, we may see one more pullback to the upside. We may see one more pullback to the upside on Euro USD before the final sell to the downside. All right, we may see one more pullback of Euro USD to the upside before the downtrend resumes again. So on the daily time frame, we are clear on Euro USD that we are going short. We are very clear on that. Even if you flip this whole swing on the daily time frame from this swing high to this swing low, you see that Euro USD has given us quite some decent retracement, trading into the premium level, which is where we would originally want to sell from. All right, but then looking at what is happening on the dollar index, I expect that the Euro USD is possibly going to range or is going to retrace into this level once again before going downwards. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. A brief retracement or continuation to the downside after a range. So I'm expecting Euro USD to possibly trade into this level. All right, the red shaded region is one of the places I'm expecting Euro USD to trade to, and then afterwards we'll be expecting it to continue itself. So this is what I expect to happen on Euro USD. Let me draw a path to show you that clearly. So trade into this level and then continue to the downside. There's no fundamental that is going to give us some momentum on the euro aspect of things. So we expect it to just play along with this analysis. Grab liquidities of last week Friday close and then continue selling to the downside. So you can mark these levels accordingly. I hope this analysis is clear to you. And finally, we're going to be looking at GBP USD before we wrap up this first section of the top-down analysis. Now, looking at GBP USD on the weekly time frame, you can also see, similar to Euro USD, GBP USD has resumed a sell trend. You can see the clear break of structure, the retracement has happened all the way to this level. Now, we're expecting it to continue selling to the downside. So on the weekly time frame overall, we're expecting a bearish GBP USD. Now, let's look at what we have intraday. Now, on intraday basis, we've seen that GBP USD has been able to close below this low. Structurally, GBP USD is now bearish. For everyone who cares, GBP USD is now bearish on the intraday basis. Now, for today, we're expecting that we may see one more push of GBP USD in line with the dollar index analysis. We may see one more push of GBP USD to the upside before it starts selling. And where are the levels we expect to see GBP USD trade to? Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that there are some imbalances in the market and price has not given us some very clear mitigation. Now, I want you to observe this clearly. Just observe what I'm going to show you now. You can see that there is a breaker block right here. I'm shading it with a red rectangle, sorry. Okay, so there's a breaker block right there. Price faked its way close to that breaker block, very close to it, but there's no contact. Do you see that? So I'm suspecting that this is going to be an inducement. This high right here is an inducement. So two things I'm expecting to happen on GBP USD. First is that price trades into this breaker block and then continue selling. And second is that price will trade into this fair value gap right here. Okay, so these are the two levels I'm expecting GBP USD to trade to. So for this, I'm going to be looking to go long on GBP USD this morning. Once I see my entries playing out, I'm going to be looking to go long on GBP USD, and I'm buying all the way to this level. Now let's measure it and see how much we can get from that. That is about 40 pips from where price currently is. Yeah, 40 to 50 pips is enough and quite decent for day trading. So I'm looking to go long on GBP USD. Once I see my entry technique playing out in the market, I will be going long on GBP USD all the way to this level. Now, one of the things that I'm considering for this GBP USD long is the Asian range. I'm looking at what happened in Asia. Asia trended quite a while, so I'm expecting that London is going to also trend and not going to be quiet. Asia trended for about 20 pips on GBP USD, so during London, I expect even more trend or even more rally on GBP USD. So for this, I'm expecting GBP USD buy all the way to this level. So I'm waiting for my entry signatures to play out, and then I'm going to be going long on GBP USD. Now, talking about entry signatures, we have a premium group, which all of you know about, but I presume some people do not know about. Now, let me give you a little hint of what's going on in that exclusive group. On that group, all the traders on the floor share their insight, and beyond sharing their insight, they also share their trade signals on the group. That is to say, for instance, using this scenario, when I'm going long on GBP USD, on that group, I'm going to tell everyone on the group where I'm taking my buys from, where I'm placing my stop loss, where I'm placing my TP, and how I am managing the trade in terms of break-even and risk-free. All right? Now, to be a part of that group is totally free. But you have to do just one thing for us to gain access to the group. Because the group is premium and it's exclusive, what you need to do to be a part of the group is to sign up with our preferred broker using the link that is going to be provided in your chat box. Once you sign up with our preferred broker, you fund your account with about $500, $1,000, even all the way to $20,000. Once you've done that, you send us a screenshot to prove that you funded your account. After this, within 3 minutes, you're going to get added to the group so that you can trade alongside with us and also withdraw alongside with us. At this juncture, I'm going to be taking a 30 seconds break. All right, I know I caught you off guard there. So we're going to be taking a 30 seconds break, and then when we resume, we're going to be having the gold analysis and the yen analysis. Let's take a few comments before we do so. Someone says, Porters FX, good morning to you. Good to see you also. God bless you. Oh, you are the boss. I'm not the boss. Right? And just so you know, one who is greater than me, whose shoe I'm not worthy, whose sneakers, you know, we're in the modern day and age, whose sneakers I'm not worthy to lace up, right? He's going to come maybe after me. When he comes, you know he's the one. All right, so that is the boss, by the way. And then, thank you to the whole team. Yes, thank you very much, Portal FX. Then Moyosore Oluwa says, Euro interest cut is due this week. Yes, I omitted that. So in the Eurozone, they are looking at a cut in interest rates, right? And we're expecting that to drop, I think, from about 4.75 basis points. I think that is 4.5%. I beg your pardon. We're going to look at that quickly. So now looking at Eurozone cutting interest rates, and then the US keeping their interest rate flat. Yes. Yes, 4.5%. 4.5%. So we're looking at that rate cut to play out this week. And when it plays out in accordance with our analysis, we're expecting a short of Euro USD, a long-term short of Euro USD. Now, technical is aligning to that analysis. And we're also seeing that fundamental is also aligning to that analysis. So for Euro USD especially, we're expecting maybe a 25 basis point rate cut so that we'll have the new interest rate about 4 to 4.5%. That is the new interest rate we're expecting for the Eurozone. And when that happens, we're expecting Euro USD to tank. All right, so write this somewhere so that you know how we frame this analysis. Thank you very much, Moyosore, for bringing my attention to that. Okay, now what is breaker block? To be honest with you, the people who will tell what breaker block is are our paid students. They paid us to teach them that. So if I teach you freely, they're going to take offense. All right, so to be able to know all these terminologies and how we analyze, feel free to sign up with our FX Bootcamp course. We're going to give you more details on that before we wrap up today's top-down analysis. Okay, yes, I know you didn't say rate cuts, but that's what we're expecting. We're expecting rate cuts from the Eurozone. Based on the rumors and the insights that we've been getting, we're expecting rate cuts from the Eurozone. All right, I hope that is clear. Do you consider funded traders in the premium group? Send us a private chat on Telegram and then we'll have that discussion, okay? And then the last comment we're taking is, what is breaker block? Yeah, the same person, the same question. I believe I've answered it. So quickly, we're going to be going on a very short break, and when we resume, we're going to be having our analysis for gold and for the yen. So sit tight and enjoy the rest of the show. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Market Color, brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team, powered by our preferred broker, your preferred broker, Okta. And this morning, we'll be going straight into the analysis of the precious metal. Now, like we've said since last week, gold has been the precious metal we are considering is gold, actually, and it has been on a price discovery level for the past few weeks now. It's just been rallying all the way to the upside. Higher is it going. All right. So if you look at it on the weekly time frame, you've seen that the market is strongly bullish on the weekly time frame for gold. However, the long is very much, and
you don't want to catch yourself in looking for sell opportunities. Any sell opportunity you see is just for a very short time. And remember, you don't trade against the trend, because the trend is your friend until it ends. All right. So look at it on the daily time frame. You can see on the daily time frame is been a bullish move all the way. That's it on the daily. Let's now come back to our 4-hour time frame. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, what are we expecting gold to do this week, even from the daily down to the lower time frame? This week, we are still expecting the long until we see a clear break of market structure. And where do we want to see the clear break of market structure? If price, broke this level here, we expect it to, until it breaks this level here, gold is still very much in a buy zone. So we look for buy opportunity, particularly if you are the type of trade using the bot strategy. That has been giving us a very clean entry for the bot strategy. On, if you look it on the 1 hour, yes, it's been a very good one. So this are the level we expect gold to break before we can consider if you want to short a little. Until it breaks those levels to the downside, you are not taking, you should not take any sell. So all throughout, it's been a buy trend, buy market all the way to the top. And that is what we are seeing totally on the precious metal right now. That's what we're seeing on the precious metal right now. So this is it on the precious metal. And today we look at the lower time frame, looking at 15-minute time frame. We're going to see this long rally of about 500 pips during the Asian session. And that is what gold is currently doing right now. The rally is very long all the way to the top. So until you see a clear break of market structure, and you can see there's one small order block somewhere around this place. So until price clears all this level and break this particular level with market, that's when we may now consider a little short for gold. All right. And if it doesn't do that, then just expect to see your buy move to continue. Now, if price did that, where is our buy entry? What are we doing? Where are we looking out for our buy entry? This is for our buy entry. We are expecting gold to, come all the way to this place, because we already see price being taken out around this level here. This is it here. Price already took out this low. So we expect if price come all the way to this zone, then we can easily buy to the upside with our stop loss below this week here. So that is a good entry for the buy, continuation of the buy. But if price did not give you a clear and clean break of market structure here, you have no reason to sell the precious metal. Like we said earlier, we are still very much in a very bullish zone. You can see it's just moving to create new high at significant round figures. All right. So let's quickly take a look of the Japanese yen. What's going on GJ? Now, if you're on our mailing list for the market outlook for the week, we are going to see what we sent for GJ. We are expecting GJ to, this is our expectation for GJ. We expect GJ to rally right from where it is right now, to rally all the way back to the upside, because after this move that we've seen to the downside here, we've seen that price came to form more like a shoulder. You see it more clearly on the 1 hour time frame if you use that. And this is it. You see how price came, tap into the shoulder here and begin to rally all the way to the upside. However, we can see again that there is a particular price action here where we see this particular resistance. You see how price broke out of it, and we expect it to serve as a support for price to return back to the upside. Now, if that is going to happen, for price to move all the way to the upside, then we expect other Japanese yen pair like GJ and the likes like that to tank all the way to the downside. And looking at GJ currently now on the 1 hour time frame, you can see something like boss strategy is already printing around this level here. This is something like that. You can see this is some level here. So we expect price to come and rally into this marked level. When price gets to this zone, then we can easily short it all the way to the downside. But knowing fully well that there is this 1 hour order block somewhere around this place, and this also a flip zone having a confluence of a shoulder by the left. So that is going to give us a clean entry for a short to the downside. So what we are expecting for GJ is we expect it to come all the way. When it enters this POI, we can easily short it all the way to the downside. You can easily short it all the way to the downside, and this is it. You have your stop loss somewhere above this level. That's about 32. You can make it 35 pips, and your TP would be the low somewhere around this level here. And knowing fully well that another entry for the buy has also formed somewhere around this place. This is it here. So you have to be careful with your sell when you are selling to the downside. When price gets to this zone, you know you are expected to offload your sell and wait to see price reaction around this place, because I expect when price gets to this place, it should buy all the way back to the upside because of our entry pattern that we use in trading. All right. Now that is for GJ and the precious metal analysis for this week. That's what we are looking out for. This week, generally, we are looking out for the yen basket to rally to some level, pull all the way to the upside to some level, which is going to cause the other Japanese yen pair to tank all the way to the downside. And for the precious metal, it's still very much bullish. Or your entry, when you see your entry signature for a buy, then enter it and follow it all the way to the upside. That is what we are looking out for on today's market color for the precious metal and the yen basket. If there's any question, let me quickly take some in the chat box. If there's any question. Someone said, looks like stick and flag pattern too. I truly don't know what that means again. This industry is too big that everybody has their own language in calling stick. Yes, I know flag pattern, but I don't understand the stick again. Is it candle? Is it? You get the point now. All right. So everybody, you have someone even, just let's leave it that way. But I believe you understand what you are looking out for. So when you know your strategy, just see it play out and take it that way. All right. All right. Is there any other question? If there's any other question, let's quickly take it. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you can continue with the TDA. I'm just powering my system now, so yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to be here. So, is it my turn to talk, Lekon? Oh, you're just saying good morning. I literally am just powering my system. I'm a bit late to the markets this morning. But yes, based on what happened on Friday with non-farm payroll, we saw the dollar find some level of respite when the news initially came out, just like we thought it would be. We said that the dollar will find some respite, it will buy a bit. That's what happened with non-farm payroll. So now that all the data has come out, we expect some good moves in the market, some nice volatility in the market. So I don't have much to say. Like I said, I got to the chart a bit late. So yes, that's basically it. GBP JPY. This is a very nice setup we have here. We just have to wait for sentiment, the bonds, to align with this and look for weakness across the pound generally, pound across board. So yes, except you have specific questions for me, I don't have a lot to say on market color this morning because I'm literally just powering up my system, right? Back to you, Lekon. Thank you once more.
So, like we said, what you need to do is for you to join our TDA Plus group. Just you are going to see the instruction and the steps in the chat box. Follow it up there, and we are going to add you to the TDA Plus group. And remember, this month we are also having our ATM cash flow training. Peradventure, you are the type that you don't have time to sit along in front of your system trading the currency pair. We have synthetic too. You can start trading synthetic, very profitable, including Saturdays and Sundays. You can trade synthetic, and the training is just for 100,000 naira. All you need to do is reach out to us at Value Flow Trading, or our WhatsApp line is going to be in the chat box. Just chat us up, then we are going to give you every other details for the training starting this month. And we also have our Sunshine Scalping Plus there too, if you need any information about that. Our bots are also doing very great and well. If you don't understand how to trade and you don't have the time and energy to trade or the psychology to trade, you should be able to have a bot to trade for you. And that is why we have our bot here. We are doing very much well, and we are going to give it to you to when you buy it, we give you all the necessary steps and instruction how you use it, and every one like that, we have it there for you to follow through. Also, we have our prop passing. You don't need to blow that prop account again. Shouldn't blow it again. There is a lot of ways you can go about it. We have our prop passing service, very much active, where you can just send your prop account, but we have specific prop firms that will pass the challenge for you. If you need more details about that, also reach out to us. The WhatsApp line is there in the chat box. Reach out to us, and we are going to follow up with you and put you through everything you need to know. Like you've known, and we've always said that our top-down analysis session, also the market color session, is not just in the morning. In the afternoon, we come back again to see the recap. What has the market done all the way in the morning? So in the afternoon, we are going to analyze the market afresh again during the New York session for us to know, okay, this is the next step, this is where we are moving to, this is what we are doing. Like you all know, invite your friend, invite your other colleagues who who trades, and those who are aspiring traders, bring them, let them come and be part of this. Like we said, this top-down analysis session is brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team and is powered by our preferred broker, Octa. So see you by 3 p.m.
Sorry, Lekon. Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you.
Cheers. Okay. All right, sir.
Sorry to interrupt
I hear you, sir.
Yeah, so I just powered up my systems. And so for those who may be logging in for the first time, yen pairs, this thing you've done on GBP, JPY, it's on all yen pairs. Okay. The box strategy is showing up on all yen pairs. So for those of you who are looking to see what you can trade today, we expect a sell. Yeah, you can see the same thing here, right? The IOFED on all the yen pairs. You can start with the yen basket, actually. You can start with the yen basket so that they can see it. So that's a trade that can be very, very interesting for those who are here today. This week, you may want to look at sells on the yen. You may want to look at sells on the yen pairs, selling the yen pairs. So you can go to FinViz and look for when the yen starts to strengthen. Right now, the yen is on the last side. It's on the sell side on FinViz. Those of you who know how to use FinViz, exactly. You see yen on this side is extremely sold. It's way below 3, -3%. -3%. So it has been selling for, okay, this is monthly. Let's see it on, well, the month is still young. This is the 8th of April, so it's still young. Okay. So on the daily, you see where the JPY is really sold. CHF2 is really sold. AUD, NZD, they are on this side, so it's still showing you risk on. But what I'm saying is the yen has been extremely sold. See it on the month. This is the last month to date, MTD, month to date. You can see where the yen is month to date. Month to date. Month to date means from the start of the month till today's date, right? So we are expecting that, okay, there may be some form of profit taking. So let's now see JPY basket. This trade looks interesting. As I just opened my charts, I just saw it. So that's why I said we should look at the JPY basket. Okay, so you can see the fair value gap that was formed. You can see that order block down below. Exactly. So that whole region. So see the shoulder formed between the 3rd and the 4th. See the sweep with a break to the upside. Let's show them the shoulder. Show them the shoulder. The shoulder, the sweep, the order block. So that looks interesting. That looks interesting. Like I always say, exactly. So those of you who are looking for trades you can take, JPY pairs, they should sell off. They should sell off. There's a shoulder, there's a sweep, there's a very violent move to the upside. That's on JPY basket that broke structure to the upside, right? And what is it trying to do now? It's trying to close at least 50% of that break of structure to the upside. It has entered into the fair value gap. There's an order block there. Exactly. They call it consequent encroachment in ICT. It's quite a big word. Consequent encroachment. It simply just means 50% of the fair value gap. So price has tapped into it. So price is now at a discount level, right? Price is now at a discount level. So we just need to see an inducement. We need to see some sort of inducement. So you see how it is forming base. It's forming all these base setups, right? Okay. So now let me show you another thing that is very interesting. Remember this inverted box pattern. This is a box pattern for a buy. So we've shown you the shoulder, we've shown you the sweep, right? Now, if you look at this schematic, after the break of structure to the upside, after the break of structure to the upside, after the significant break of structure to the upside that provided or presented a fair value gap, do you notice that there's another box pattern there? But this box pattern now is for a sell. The break of structure to the upside formed a shoulder, yes or no? Can you see the shoulder? Then after that shoulder, what happened after that shoulder? Let's mark the shoulder. That's a shoulder. What happened after that shoulder? There was a sweep. What happened after the sweep? There was a break to the downside, forming a fair value gap and an IOFED. You can mark that. Forming a fair value gap and an IOFED, which also now formed some sort of inducement, and price broke to the downside. Price broke to the downside. Exactly, that's the inducement there. That's the tap of the base. Exactly, that's the buy to sell. That's the flip zone at 0, 0 Fibonacci. That's a flip zone there. What is this telling me? Based on box pattern strategy or box strategy, when it gets to that place, what is price supposed to do if we are following box pattern? What is price supposed to do if we're following box strategy? When price gets to that place, what is it supposed to do if we're following box strategy? Let me see it in the comments. What is price supposed to do if we're following box strategy? sell. If that sell fails, what does that mean? Buy. So whenever you see box pattern or box strategy, buy side, sell side, mark the place where the box pattern will fail. So that place that we have marked now on this JPY 6380 levels is where the sellers are supposed to have control. If the sellers fail there, boom, but the yen basket is going up. If yen basket goes up, what does that mean? What will happen to the yen pairs? Yen pairs will sell. So you can take a screenshot of this schematic. Take a screenshot of this schematic, because whenever there is box strategy failure or box failure, it gives incentive for a trend continuation. Whenever box strategy fails, that in itself is an indication of a move to the other side. So box strategy shows you reversal, or box pattern shows you reversal, and box failure shows you continuation. So if price taps into that other block at 100%, goes back up to 6378, and that box pattern for the sell fails, just come back and check your yen pairs, and you take it from there. Someone says, I'm not clear on the box strategy, my network skipped. You'll have to reach out to maybe someone else, or you watch exactly the videos on YouTube. All right. So is this helpful? Have you seen the sell scenario and the buy scenario? So just take a screenshot of this. Lekon, please take a screenshot of this so that we see how it plays out moving forward. So guys, I just said, let me say this. Immediately I powered my systems, I saw it. So I saw it as a teaching moment, a eureka moment, and you take it like that. You're doing for the first time, what is box strategy? Box strategy is a series of rules that we follow, a very simple series of rules that we follow to find reversal entries. And that's what we look at in our TDA, so all of us can be focused on the same thing. So when you have a box pattern for a sell signal and a box pattern for a buy signal, simply just wait. It's like what we have seen here. You wait and see where price will eventually get to. All right, thank you. Let me go back to the guys on the floor. So Lekon, that's basically it. Thank you for your patience. I hope we're making progress. I'm thinking of doing a discount on one of our bots, a real discount, like significant discount. So those of you who have been saving to buy the bot, please be on the lookout when we do that discount package. All right. One of the things you need to know about bots is when you know how to trade, it really helps you to manage the risk of the bot. When the bot goes, you know how to manage the risk. All right, over to you guys on the floor. Thanks. Cheers. God bless.
Very much, sir. I believe you've had that good news about the discount coming soon. So you are going to get discounts on one of the bots coming soon, not today, coming soon. All right. So see you all by 3 p.m. for the New York session of the market call-up. Thank you. Cheers and God bless.